Hey guys, what is up? My name is Dabe, and I want to give you guys a quick overview and a little bit of a test of the update that came out today. So in case you guys don't know what came out, it is Wilderness Slayer tasks. So right here in Edgeville there is a new Slayer Master called Cristelia. I don't know exactly how to say it. And she can actually give you tasks that are specifically to be done in the wilderness. Now obviously this is pretty risky because you can get PK'd and all things like that, but there are a few new things that came out with the update today, such as a way to buff the Slayer staff, and you can actually get mysterious emblems while on these tasks. So they're probably going to be pretty worthwhile to do, so I'm going to get a few of them, we'll test it out and see how much extra money that I can make. Alright, so the first thing that I want to test is, can you actually get an assignment while you are on a separate Slayer task? I guess the answer is no. So my current task would have been Anku, but I'm just going to cancel it just because I don't really care that much about it. And let's see what we get. Yes, I know, blah blah blah, you have to do it in the wilderness. This is fine. Yes, okay. 108 Ice Warriors. So I'm going to go do that as fast as I possibly can, hopefully not get PK'd, and we'll see if I get anything cool. So far so good. I haven't bumped into anyone except this guy up here who seems to also be doing the same thing. He's got like the wildy tasks or whatever. One thing I'm curious about that hasn't actually been answered on the forums is whether or not the combat level of what you're fighting dictates the chance of you getting a mysterious emblem. So I'm not sure if like I have a better chance of getting one from killing Venenatus versus killing these things. I would imagine that's how it works, but they haven't really said anything yet. They weren't very specific on the forum post, which makes sense. And there's one more thing, black dragons actually can't get assigned, which I think is interesting because not only does KBD exist, which technically isn't in the wilderness, but there actually are black dragons in the wilderness, so I don't know why that's not on there. I'm probably going to tweet at some JMods and ask them about that. So I just got my first mysterious emblem drop, and that's actually really good because I'm about 60 kills into the task, and if you get at least 1 or 2 mysterious emblems on every task, especially on ones like this, which are actually really easy. I mean, Ice Warriors are extremely low level. Even though they're deep in the wilderness, this task is super simple. You'd be making a lot of profit, so I guess that's probably going to be one of the big perks of the Slayer Master, is you're going to be making a decent bit of profit, and I imagine mysterious emblems are going to stay at a decent price for a while, although they definitely are going to crash for the first few days after this update. Getting this medium clue actually reminded me, a good thing to wear when you're out here would actually be an imbued ring of wealth, because you can get the double clue chance from things in the wilderness too. So if you get a task like Hellhounds, or anything that can drop a hard clue, or if you're an Iron Man and you're trying to camp mediums for your ranger boots, this is actually a pretty good place to do it if you get a task like this. I mean, you're out here, you're on task, you can get the mysterious emblems, which by the way, as an Iron Man, this is an amazing update, because you can get mysterious emblems very quickly, which means you can actually get your rune pouch a lot more easily now. You don't have to try and boost it in the BH worlds. There's a lot of stuff about this update that I actually really like. So after completing my first task, I actually realized that you still have to use this Slayer Master for 5 tasks in a row before you can actually start getting points, which I actually don't like that concept. I feel like that makes sense for other Slayer Masters, but for the wildy one I feel like you should just instantly start getting the points because, you know, it's the wilderness, it's dangerous, it should be a little bit of extra reward. But I guess it's not that big of a deal. Let's go pick up our second assignment and see if we get anything super crazy. Lava dragons. Okay, that's gonna be a fun one. So a cool little tip to those of you guys who actually have a player-owned house, you can actually make this thing called a scrying pool in your house. If you have an Anacarl portal, it's very helpful because you can actually check and see if there are any PKers around. So right here, I can see the teleport spot, and these guys don't look like PKers. It looks like they're both just doing their wildy tasks too. But because of the scrying pool, I can actually see if there would have been a PK right here and not just teleport out and instantly get killed. Also, we're not going to talk about the fact that I'm a PVMer who forgot to take an anti-dragon shield with him to lava dragons. We're just going to hope that that doesn't become relevant. I also realized I forgot to get a pestle and mortar because it's been a long time since I've done lava dragons, so I'm just going to get an anti-dragon shield while I'm at the bank. Alright, well here's our first PKer. I mean, he's in really shitty gear, so I'm not all that worried. Now, one of the main issues with this is that I can go back on this world or on the other 2K world, but those guys are obviously going to be waiting there. So this kind of makes this a lot more challenging for me now, especially with a task like Lava Dragons specifically. So, okay, I understand that I'm retarded and completely forgot to put on my black tea hide. Lol. See, this right here is the reason that you get a scrying pool, because I can see these guys, and I know not to teleport out there on this world. So if I had to label a task, like one of the wildy tasks, as most dangerous, it would probably be this one, just because, I mean, on any world that's not the 2K world, you probably wouldn't even be able to do this. And, I mean, I'm 2K total, and I'm still struggling to do this. I've already had to run from PKers 2 times, so make that 3 times. Oh, I got a Slayer's enchantment. I think this is the new staff thing. I'm gonna go try and sell this instantly. I don't know, this might actually be worth a lot. I didn't even it looks like a box on the ground. I didn't even realize what it was. I don't know what I can get for this. I'm gonna see if I can just get like a mil. Alright, I figured it wouldn't sell for a mil. That kinda sucks. It seems like they're not valuing it very high. I think all this does is you can just buff the Slayer staff with it. I'm not entirely sure like what the point of it really is, because I'm pretty sure a Trident's still gonna be better. So, I mean, I guess I could just use it on it and test it out. I mean, I could just do that, I suppose. Actually, so shitty. It's worth less than, or like the same price as like a mysterious emblem. I thought it would be worth like a few mil. I got so hyped. I mean, I guess I also got Onyx Bolt tips on that trip too, so that's alright. There we go, we got a mysterious emblem from these guys as well. So it seems like, so far, I can kind of expect to get at least 1 per task. Oh, I guess I can't actually put that in my looting bag either, which kind of sucks. I guess I can expect to get at least 1 per task, which is actually pretty nice. I mean, that's a guaranteed, like, 100k, until they go down, which they probably will in the near future if they are this common. This is usually a good indicator that it's time to bank if you manage to actually fill up your looting bag at Lava Dragons, but I'm gonna try and see if I can finish the task out here. It's really, really annoying. I'm sure Lava Dragons are always this bad, so the Wildy update really has nothing to do with it, but goddamn, this is why I don't do them. So this is the last one here, and I definitely profited well over a mil doing this task, even with the amount of Trident charges I used and everything. Lava Dragons are actually surprisingly good money, which is strange to me. I mean, I also do have the Wilderness Elite Diaries done, which is why you guys see my bones all being noted. So if you don't have that done, this is probably not as good, but still pretty worthwhile. I also imagine that you could go for back-to-back tasks if you have 99 Slayer, but I don't think I want to go for a back-to-back Lava Dragons task, even though it is really nice, because that's just super stressful. If that does work, though, you could end up getting things like back-to-back Venenatus tasks if you're after those Wildy boss pets, so that actually seems pretty nice. Alright, like, as if the Lava Dragons one wasn't bad. I now have 92 Green Dragons, so I guess I'll do that. Okay, this is actually, like, incredibly fast. Doing this with the cannon and a blowpipe. This is pretty insane. There we go, Mysterious Emblem from these guys. So it definitely does seem like 1 per task, and this is actually ridiculous. I should have brought a stamina potion because I am... Like, look at this. I'm gonna run over here really quick, and my cannon is just going to destroy everything. This is amazing. We just got our second Slayer's enchantment as well, so it looks like these are only slightly more rare than the Mysterious Emblems, which actually does make sense as to why they're so cheap. Since my looting bag's already full, I'm just going to house Telly out, sell this thing before it drops any more in price, and then head back with a stamina potion. Alright, I'm not going to lie. That was probably one of my favorite tasks ever because I pretty much got to just run around and pick this stuff up. I barely had to attack anything, and I made money even though I used cannonballs, so I'm kind of liking this Wildy Slayer thing. I think that's going to be the last task I do in the video, but we'll see. If I get a really good one, I might do another, but those are probably, like, I think Green Dragons and Lava Dragons are probably 2 of the best tasks to get. I mean, obviously you could get a boss task, which would also be good. Some thoughts about this. I do think it's an amazing update. I think it's a good way to try and revitalize the wilderness. However, from the PKer standpoint, most people probably won't be risking anything. So unless you see someone doing what I was doing, like Lava Dragons or whatever, you're going to assume that you're probably... Oh, that's going to suck. You're going to assume that you're probably not going to get much. unless they have a loot, like unless they got a mysterious emblem, or unless they're doing what I was doing, which is cannoning the green dragons. From an economical standpoint, I can actually see there being a little bit of an issue with mysterious emblems crashing because of this, seeing how frequently I got them. 3 tasks, 3 emblems, and that could have been unlucky for all I know. At the same time, yeah, that could have been incredibly lucky, but more than likely, that seems fairly average. I don't think that there's anything too crazy about that. So I'm not entirely sure what that's going to do to the economy of those, and if they crash, what that's going to do to the bounty hunter worlds. However, that's not really my place to say because I'm not a PKer. So I'm just going to end the video here. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure you guys like it up, comment, and share it around. And subscribe to my channel if you're new. Peace out, and have an awesome day, everybody. Make sure you check out some of the links on your screen.